Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Police say there are no suspicious circumstances surrounding a house fire at Maryland last night. Newcastle Fire Command says crews from Wallsend and Minmi were called to a home on Sandycroft Drive at about 9:30 to find an attached garage up in flames. The fire spread to the back of the house before being contained. A woman was treated for smoke inhalation and a broken leg. Meanwhile, fire and rescue stations across the Hunter are getting an important boost today in time for summer. 24 new recruits are taking up their posts today after 14 weeks of training. They'll be stationed right across the Hunter, with the most recruits being sent to Branxton and Morisset. Former Channel 9 sports presenter Cameron Williams is expected to face Singleton Local Court on Thursday, charged over an alleged domestic violence incident. Police were called to a property at Howes Valley in the early hours of yesterday morning to reports of a domestic dispute. They arrested a 59-year-old man and took him to Cessnock Police Station, where he was charged with common assault. It's alleged he assaulted his wife when a verbal disagreement became physical. RFS crews will be keeping a close eye on the weather today as they look to mop up a bushfire at Fullerton Cove. The fire has burnt through about 40 hectares since breaking out near Cox's Lane yesterday morning, fanned by strong northwesterly winds. No property is under threat due to the wind direction, and the fire is listed at advice level. However, strong northwest to westerly winds are forecast for later this morning and this afternoon. Aussie Ark has carried out health checks on their Tasmanian devils before they're released into its Barrington Top Centre. Completed by expert staff, the health checks make sure the animals are in top condition so they can live free in the sanctuary. Aussie Ark curator Kelly Davis says this year's release will help boost the devil population from last year.
We have done a release of Tasmanian devils into our 400 hectare sanctuary before last year. And they've bred successfully. For the upcoming breeding season that will start early next year, the individuals that we're releasing are going to boost the genetic diversity of that population.
Thousands flocked to Morpeth across the weekend for the town's bicentenary. The celebration had to be delayed by 12 months due to the pandemic, but it was worth the wait, with the crowds enjoying a feast of entertainment from yesteryear. Local Sanjak Sarati specialises in recreating toys and games from the Victorian period and says one in particular was very popular at the weekend with people of all ages.
Definitely the beat the wheel. So it's a wheel we have to push it just enough to go up a slight hill and stop at the top of the hill and not push it too much or it'll go over. So that's a crowd favourite because everyone's cheering to get on it, but it's just that top of the hill trying to stop at. So that's definitely the best.
Hunter train commuters are in for a treat this week, with the state government offering free travel across the rail network. All Opal fares will be waived from today until midnight on Friday. The Rail, Tram and Bus Union was threatening to cut services down to 30% on some days, but will get fare-free travel instead. The industrial dispute over the safety of the new intercity fleet heads back to the Fair Work Commission tomorrow. The Salvation Army and Newcastle Permanent have launched their annual Christmas Toy Drive appeal. It's estimated around 3,500 Hunter kids will wake up on Christmas morning without a present to unwrap. Newcastle Permanent Chief Technology Officer Jodie Stapleton says we can donate at any local branch.
Always that teenage age group is always probably the most underrepresented, so looking for innovative ideas to give a gift to a teenager during the season. And then obviously, always the young kids, there's always some really fun gifts that can go around for them.
2NURFM Sport.
The Jets A-League's women's Adriana Konjarski is set to have an MRI scan today after she was stretchered from the field in her side's 2-1 loss to Brisbane. It's believed she's been cleared of any bone breaks after she was caught in a tangle with Brisbane goalkeeper Hensley Handcuff. Murphy Agnew scored Newcastle's only goal through a penalty in the 76th minute. Knights NRLW pair Caitlin Johnston and Yasmin Clydesdale have capped off a successful year with a World Cup title as Australia defeated New Zealand 54-4. Clydesdale played for the game's full 80 minutes, having been used sparingly in previous matches by coach Brad Donald. And Newcastle's Kai Willett and Mariah Williams have helped New South Wales Pride to take out the National Hockey 1 title sweep in the men's and women's finals respectively. The men's side defended their 2019 title with a 2-0 win over Perth Thundersticks, with the women's side defeating Brisbane Blaze 3-1 in a shootout after the match finished 2-2 in regular time. That's sport. I'm Jordan Regnis.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 9, 12, 14, 23, 31 and 43, and the supplementaries are 13 and 29. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.